On May 5th, 2025, Indiana State Police are rushing to the scene of a shooting outside the courthouse in Hendricks County, Indiana. An elderly man was trying to get revenge on a suspect who crashed into and killed his 2 grandchildren.
I don't have a lot of information other than we got one down on the courthouse square, and apparently it was officer involved shooting with one of the transport vehicles. They did say that there's a vehicle that fled the scene that they think's involved. They don't know who it is, and we've had a couple different witnesses with different descriptions. So I don't have a whole lot of information other than that.
You have vehicle tape? That would be terrific. Thank you. I don't even know what vehicle tape is, but it sounds cooler than what I got, so. Not my problem. That's very true. I think you're onto something.
Did somebody shoot him? Like what? I heard shots fired.
Well, who's that, sir?
That's my daughter.
Your daughter? Okay.
There's not a whole lot I can get into just yet.
Hi, ma'am. You left your dad. Hey, that's the granddaughter.
Danville? Apparently, your grandpa was the victim.
There was an incident outside the courthouse today where that involved law enforcement. And,
suicide by cop?
Well, we don't know that yet. So right now what we're doing is we're dotting our T's, crossing our I's. We're going to get a warrant to go into the house and see if maybe he left a note or anything like that. But we wanted to talk to you. We wondered if he had been talking about things lately.
He called me yesterday and said that it's getting harder for him to take care of himself, and he's been going on this doom and gloom about I'm not really long for this world. But I thought, well, he had he was diagnosed with multiple systems atrophy.
Okay.
Basically, for the last 8 years, he's just been in a degenerative condition.
I guess a neighbor or something like that had maybe mentioned that he was making claims that he only had 2 weeks to live or something like that, so we didn't know if he was...
He's been making claims like that, but I mean, I didn't think that he would...
He's been talking like that for years.
Yeah,
Was he in any type of counseling or therapy, anything like that?
I mean,
he
lives here alone.
Okay. Had he made any probably within since the incident, had any conversations with you, text messages? Was he angry? Was he sad? Did it sound like he wanted to do something or take action at all? Or
no, it sounded like yesterday my conversation with him, he was a little down, but he's never one to let on what he's really feeling.
Yeah. Can I make the assumption that you were at least close? You talked on a regular basis? Or?
Yeah, he called me whenever he needed something.
Did you know him to have firearms?
No.
Didn't know he had any firearms?
No.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the aftermath of the crash? Now I'm getting caught up here. There was a child.
Yeah, my children passed away.
I'm sorry, very sorry for that, but that's where I was trying to understand a little bit, is where his mind frame was surrounding around that, what his reaction was around that. Did he ever talk about his...
He was upset on the day that we said goodbye to Aries. He was pretty upset, but hasn't said anything about it since.
Well, clearly it's a kind of a fluid situation right now. We're trying to get all the answers. We don't ever want to jump to conclusions in something like this, because the only person that really knew what was going through his mind was him. Okay, but there may be some answers inside that house. So, we're going to do our due diligence. We're going to try to make sure that we get all the pieces of information that we need to get. Did he have much of a conversation about that, or did he just process it quietly, or how did he manage that?
I brought him into the hospital now, and he saw Aries. I've never seen him cry before in my life, but there was a little inkling of a tear in. That's all he's really said about it.
Said the guy that did it to my kids would meet them in hell, but that's the closest thing to
When did he say that?
the hospital and everything happened.
Was there a court date scheduled for Pettis today?
No, that's not going to be for years.
Well, I mean, like a hearing of any kind.
No,
he wasn't
not until
scheduled.
there's like something scheduled in June, but they said it'll get pushed.
Continue.
I mean, that would be something if he was trying to.
Yeah. And again, I don't want to jump to any type of speculation. Maybe there is something in there that indicates that. I don't know. But I don't want to think that was his intent, or I don't know. We're going to try and do our best to find out. When was the last communication you had with him?
Yesterday he called me.
Yesterday, he called you. What was that conversation like?
He said that he was having more and more difficulty getting around. Feels like he's getting worse. It's pretty much every conversation that I have with him, he says something like that. And he did mention that he's not long for this world.
In that conversation, or before?
In that conversation, but he's mentioned that before. It's like,
You said there's no animals. I saw this here and I thought it was animal food. Stay please, Triple One, make yourself known.
6113.
Stay please, Triple One, make yourself known. Open food. Oh, he says it's gonna smell like cigarettes in here.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, you can see right here. Stay please, Triple One, make yourself known. Mm-hmm. Stay please, Triple One, make yourself known. Door to the right. Glass clear.
6111.
Clear. Stay please, Triple One, make yourself known.
1041 first flip.
Batteries to the left, batteries to the right. Triple One, stay please, make yourself known. Clear. Stay please, Triple One, make yourself known. Yeah. No, it's down. Stay please, Triple One, make yourself known. Here's a young picture of him. It's clear back here.
Okay. Coming in.
Alright, it's clear.
Blue, blue, blue. Smoke, right?
Yeah, you'll see straight ahead.
Well, we'll say if the sun does it.
Well, you see the birds living out front already.
Alright, let me get a picture, y'all.
There's your box.
The Taurus? Yeah.
You just bought it? You must have. Probably bought a box of that. That's crazy. Okay.
Aaron, get a picture of that.
Want to do something?
Yeah, Aaron. He rolls on cigarettes, man. Damn, my man's down the chicken bones. It's crazy.
Last meal?